March 15th. I am 10 minutes north of Springfield, Missouri. I have came out to investigate a sighting that happened last week, and they've given me the location, and we're hiking out to the exact spot, hopefully, if we can locate it, and we're going to check the tracks. We're going to check for any other evidence that might tell us anything or give us any clues as to what they had seen out here. So it is about 30 degrees. It was snowing earlier. Luckily, when I got out here, it had quit snowing. So yeah, May 15th, snow in southwest Missouri. Surprise, surprise. You never know what the weather's going to do here in Missouri. If you don't like the weather one day, stay another day. It's going to change. Odd little thing how these branches are all bent and turned out from this little pathway which goes down in here, and we're gonna cut back up there. The person that's with me is out this direction, and so this is just a cool little thing we found that we thought was odd on the way out here. So I'm following a deer trail right now. I just got off of the said deer trail. That is an impressive trail marker, if I've ever seen one. Very, very cool. You can tell that's been there a long time. And where that trail marker is pointing to, which is down and over this hill, at the base of it is a big flat area that I'm pretty sure at one point in time was an area where Native American Indians at times camped. Very, very cool. Cool little spot that we have found on the way in. It's kind of weird. There's all these pieces of metal strap here, and oddly enough, old wound up spring. Looks like the old spring's to a bed or a seat or something, but it's actually, the tree's kind of grown into it somewhat with deer scat right next to it. Possibly burned wood. Just an odd little spot. Here's a piece of metal that's kind of buried down into the ground. Pretty clear trackway, deer trail here. Got a smell going. Clear pathway right through there. A little spot. Nothing too interesting. Oh, almost fell. Just kind of surveying this area out here. It's a lot of soft ground. I don't know. Hard to tell. Looks like it could be a left foot, possibly. Maybe. Not enough definition, for sure. Looks like another possible right here. And then it looks like another possible right there. Careful when I step here, and as you see, here's the game trail. And this has been a common thing that I've found is when I'm following game trails, if I find what look to be foot compressions or tracks, they're always just to the side of the game trail. You can see this is kind of compressed here. This may be a possible old track. You see it's coming right down through here. There's another possible. Looks like it's going right down through here. I'm going to go back and look at these and kind of recap this, and then I'm going to keep on this trail and see if I can determine what it is that I'm seeing. So as you see, the deer trail runs right up through here. This trail is following that trail, but it's kind of flanking it, so it's going around, and I would be willing to bet that it goes right up into that little gully spot right there and stays away from the trail, which is going to cross right there and then head up to the left. So I'm going to give you a little shot of what I've got going on where I'm at here. So there's a game trail that comes through here. I've been following it, and one of the things I found over the years when I'm tracking is that typically if I follow game trails and I go just off to the left or to the right of these game trails, that's typically where I'm going to come across these compressions and tracks that we're looking for. I have found this over and over and over in different areas of the Ozarks and the Mark Twain National Forest, Ozark Mountains down in northern Arkansas, southwest Missouri. So this is a very common thing. I believe I have found a situation that shows this somewhat. I just showed some possible compressions, and I'm going to measure them off, and then I'm going to film them. I'm going to then, I believe these are old tracks, maybe a week old. So I'm then going to pull some leaves and rocks out of these and see if there's toes in any of them, see if there's any evidence whatsoever that looks like a foot in these compressions. Okay, so I'm going to go over this real quick, and then I'm going to get into these compressions and tracks. So here's what looks like a possible track. You see this game trail. This game trail runs right down through here. Cuts through right around that tree, goes down and over, and then it cuts up to the left right up there. This other trackway that I'm going to show, actually, the game trail comes right through here. This trackway that I'm seeing has been coming up through here, right down through here, and it comes into the game trail right here. And here's where I'm getting the best compressions. So I'm going to show these real quick. Here's one. Right there is the next one. Right here is another possible. And then I'm not seeing anything until we get over here. And once we get over here, looks like there's another possible right there. And I'm going to follow it up on through. So here is another compression that I was looking at and pointing out. So I'm going to pull some stuff out of this and see what the actual ground looks like, because I don't believe this is really fresh. I believe this is old. Try to be as careful as I can. Try not to mess up the actual ground. Boy, this looks just so hard to say. Possible big toe, another right here, another right here. There's three, and then it kind of fades out, and this is more dense right here. It's a big root, and so you can see it dips down right here, and then looks like the normal pushback that we would get, that we were looking for as far as the mid-tarsal break goes. And the end of it looks to be right here. So let's see. That's so hard to tell. It looks like a pretty good compression. Just need to see the dirt below it. Alright, so I've cleaned this out as best I can, taking the GoPro out of the case, and I'm going to try to give some different angle shots here so that you can kind of see what I'm seeing. It's, you know, nothing ever comes out as well on camera or on video. This looks to be an old track. We have the big toe here. This would be a left foot. There's a toe here, and there's a toe here. And like I said, this is like a root, so it wouldn't have taken as far as the other toes go, but you see it cuts right through here. Here's the interesting part is big toe, this is the ball area, and this right here looks to be the possible mid-tarsal break, and where it's pushed everything back in this direction, and the heel laid down right here. So I'm going to get out a tape measure and measure this just in case. Alright, so I have put a tape measure on this. As you can see, from toe to heel looks to be about 14 inches. So we're going to go across the width and check it, and we are looking at about 6 inches. And if you've seen the other tracks that we found over the years, every time we get a 14 to 15 inch track, the width is typically going to be 5.5 to 6.5 inches. That seems to be a commonality in the tracks that we find like this. So it's very plausible that this is the type of track we're looking for. So at this point, I'm going to move on. The deer trail goes there. We're going to follow this trail right here. The deer trail cuts through there. This trail goes around, and it's probably going to cut back and stay to the left of this trail. We're going to check it out and see. Following this trail around. Deer coming through here too, of course. So the deer are crossing right here and cutting right up through here. Pretty well worn at this point. There's not much as far as good places for good compressions. The ground is harder. You can see here's the deer trail. Here's the trail that I'm following. Deer trail runs right up through there. Mine's running through here. So it's staying to the left of the actual deer trail. Here. The deer trail's coming up through here now, curving around, and it goes right through there. So my trail is most likely to be off over here. deer trail. Deer trail runs right up through here. And I have lost my trail now. Let's go back to the deer trail. Follow it for a ways. Okay. So the other trail is right down through here. Came around. There's another really, really good trail. I'm gonna look around and see if I can pick back up on this.